One Piece, we have met tons of mysterious characters like Im-sama, Joy Boy, Ryuma, and so on, but the one who has been hyped up for the longest time is Vegapunk, who is the leading scientist in the employment of the Marines. The most recent One Piece chapter seemingly finally revealed this character, but is she truly Vegapunk? This is the topic of today's video, but before starting I want to ask you all to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. I hope you all have a great day. Now let's start the video. The very first time that Vegapunk was mentioned was way back in November 6th, 2006, in One Piece chapter 433, when Koby talks about Dr. Vegapunk. His work includes discovering the secrets and uses of the Sea Stone, the secrets of how Devil Fruit powers work, the co-discovery of the lineage factor and its applications, and various other scientific achievements that are said to be at least 500 years ahead of current technology. In One Piece chapter 592, we learn that he was born in the future country Baltimore on Karakuri Island. As a child, he designed and built several devices in his lab, including robotic animals. He also had hundreds of other ideas, ranging from weapons to experimenting with cellular structures. He once tried to create an in-ground heating system for the island's people using modified animals as his labor force. Unfortunately, Vegapunk lacked the tools and the funds needed to complete his project, but he was able to touch the people's hearts. In One Piece chapter 840, we learned that at some point he worked alongside Vinsmoke Judge within MADS, an illegal research team, and discovered the blueprint of life known as the lineage factor. This is a very interesting team on its own right. So far, only 4 members of MADS have been revealed. Dr. Vegapunk, currently considered the world's greatest scientist and head of the Marines SSG, Caesar Clown, the man behind the creation of Smiles, Vinsmoke Judge, the supreme commander of Germa 66 and the king of Germa Kingdom, and Queen, a cyborg and one of the Beast Pirates All-Stars, top executives handpicked by Kaido, one of the 4 emperors, to lead his forces. All of the known members have been proven to be brilliant researchers in their own right, holding high status in the organizations they currently belong to and being responsible for various scientific breakthroughs, including cybernetics, artificial devil fruits, gigantification, cloning, and artificial diseases. When the world government caught wind of their discovery of the lineage factor, they deemed the research a threat, and Vegapunk was arrested. After going to work for the world government, he became famous for his devil fruit research and for discovering that the Sea Stone can serve to counteract the effects of devil fruits on the user. When Kaido was captured by the Marines, Vegapunk was able to extract a sample of his lineage factor to replicate his devil fruit, although the results were noted to be unsatisfactory. The world government wanted him to give the fruit to them, but Vegapunk considered it a failure and refused, leaving it on Punk Hazard. In One Piece chapter 684, we learned that 4 years prior to the current storyline, he was leading chemical weapons tests in his lab on Punk Hazard. His former colleague Caesar Clown created an extremely powerful chemical weapon, and when Vegapunk attempted to dismiss Caesar for his reckless behavior, Caesar retaliated by detonating that weapon, turning Punk Hazard into a wasteland. Before the time skip, he focused on developing human weapons called Pacifista, with Bartholomew Kuma as the test subject and with his research on Kizaru's devil fruit powers. He somehow managed to synthesize them and become the only person in the world with the technological prowess to manufacture functional and tangible laser beams that cause damage, which the world government now use in full force and mass production. Prior to the Summit War of Marineford, Vegapunk performed the final operation on Kuma, removing the last of Kuma's free will. However, upon Kuma's request, Vegapunk programmed the mission to protect the Thousand Sunny into Kuma's memory banks. In his youth, Vegapunk was a generous person who cared very much about the inhabitants of his island, willing to help them with his inventions. He is considered the island's pride and joy, and the residents are still hoping for his return. Unlike his former fellow scientist, Caesar Clown, Vegapunk was far more moral about what he would do in pursuit of his achievements. He refused to involve children in the gigantification process, despite repeated failures. He also vetoed the creation or release of the H2S poison gas weapon for fear of it harming innocent people. The latest chapter made a lot of people confused about Vegapunk's appearance. For a really long time, all of us expected Vegapunk to be male because of several things. Firstly, he was constantly mentioned as male. For example, in One Piece chapter 485, when Kuma is revealed to be a cyborg modified by Vegapunk, we also heard Vegapunk's voice in the anime, and it appeared to be that of an old man. However, during this scene, Vegapunk was caught in the middle of Caesar's island destroying explosion. I've always been curious as to how he survived, but this might actually explain it. Frankie was caught in a similar explosion, destroying most of his body and forcing him to upgrade his body from BF-36 to BF-37. Given how Vegapunk similarly has Punk 02 on her outfit, it's possible she might have done the same and given herself a new, younger female body. Vegapunk has cracked the secret to the lineage factor, which has allowed her to create artificial life and manipulate DNA, so creating a new body like this wouldn't be anything new. This might also explain why her speech hasn't changed, since she is still quite old, but I am more on an idea that she is just another cyborg of Vegapunk, which he uses to communicate. That would explain why she did not get an introduction box when even Doll and Hibari got one. Even Bonney got an intro for returning, but not the most anticipated character in the story. Plus, we can see the number 2 on her, which also could be regarded as a hint of her being just a cyborg of Vegapunk and not actually him, since we can see that number on his other creations as well. Anyway, even if she is the real Vegapunk, one thing is clear. Vegapunk, one of the most anticipated characters, will definitely make his debut in this arc, and I am very excited for that. Oda has been dropping hints about him for 16 years already, and there is so much about him that we need to learn. A couple of years ago, in retaliation to the SBS question, someone asked Oda how come Luffy's devil fruit was already in the devil fruit encyclopedia when he ate it. Oda hinted that Vegapunk might know what devil fruits really are. That means we will finally get our long-awaited answers about devil fruits and their origins through Vegapunk, and I am very excited about that. This is also the perfect time for it to happen. We recently learned of the true nature of Luffy's fruit, and the final saga has just started. A lot of people are surprised about this arc. They anticipated that Elbaf would be the next one, and now, with this new arc being started, it seems Oda is going in a different direction. Well, I regard this as a mini arc, similar to how Oda does before starting a bigger one, similar to how we got Punk Hazard before Dressrosa, or you before the whole Cake Island in Wano. We don't know what the next big arc will be about, but we will learn about that the further we dive into this one. Anyway, I guess this is all for today. What do you think about Vegapunk? Was she his real body? What do you expect from him and from his arc? Let me know in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to this channel for more. Blackleg Vinsmoke out. Bye.